Hi guys, it's Maaike. Today I'm back with the fourth installment of the marker challenge and the CC Design Digi stems. Now I got the sta or ste stop I don't know. It says STA and aquarelle brush markers. They're not real brushes, but they have a nib and a brush nib that's felt. And it's very hard before you use it. Once you start using it, it starts to, well, soften. And I've tried it. All the other marker videos I did it on the Crafter's Companion Nina Ultra Smooth paper. But it starts to peel really quickly with these markers because, you know, it's not an alcohol marker, it's a water marker. So I tried it on the Bristol and it's better. And I also tried it on watercolor paper. And it works best on watercolor paper, but I'm never printed on it. Not sure I can, because it's really thick. But when you use water, which, you know, they're water soluble, it leaves the original mark that you put down, and you can't blend it out. So when I got them in, I tried that. I didn't like it, and I put them aside. But I thought, yeah, I got them from AliExpress. I just looked, they're also available on Amazon, but they're more expensive on Amazon. So, you know, do what you will. And yeah, blending is a little bit difficult. I got the 24 set. I didn't want to get the 12 set because I thought that was not enough colors. But I also have bigger sets, 80 sets as well. And it's free shipping, so that's not really an issue, but that was 55 euros for 80 colors, and I didn't know if I liked them, if I want to spend that much. Instead I've spent 15 euros, so I thought that was okay to try it. So what I've done, and something I've never done before, is print on Bristol paper. I cut it to size so it will go through my metric printer. Printed on it to be safe. I heat setted it, and it worked. These brush markers all have the same number, 31101, so there's no color name on them, and they have these brush nibs and there's no indication, so I was looking for it a lot. And I would suggest to use the soft brush side, because otherwise you peel the paper even more quickly. And don't go over the same area too much, because Bristol paper is also, you know, it can take a little bit of moisture, but it's not designed for watercoloring. But I'm going to try, after I finish doing the voiceover and uploading this video, I'm going to try and print on my watercolor paper, and I'm a bit scared of ruining my printer, but yeah. As I said, the nibs are really hard when you get them. I'm not sure if that's a production thing, but once you start using them and the ink starts flowing them, they soften up, and well, they soften up really quickly. Actually, you can see the tip is gone already. And I might have used purple, you know, for my initial testing. It's purple, people. Guess what I'm wearing today? Yeah, purple and purple and purple. So there's also 24 colors. I thought that was enough. There's only one red and this kind of pinkish orange thing, but I made it work. So I think it turned out really good, actually. In the end, it wasn't dry when I turned it to put the taper on it. So I heat set it, and I have a little thumb smudge on the bottom, but it's really faint, so I left it. I didn't want to mess up trying to wash it out. I also tried it with the Dove blender pen, and that is actually the same effect as with water. And I would not suggest to use water with these pens, because you can see the mark where you put the initial blob down. You can see that. And I thought it was brown, but it was a nice skin color. And actually Studio Light has come out with 7 sets of water based markers, and I asked my cross store to keep the skin tones set aside for me. And now I'm going to test them later. Yeah, my nib is a little bit grubby. I don't know what I've done with it before this video, but it works. There's only one gray. I didn't know how to otherwise fade it out with water or with the Dove blender pen. But in the end I just chose to leave it because it's so light and it gives a bit more of a comic strip kind of graphic novel feel, I think. And it's fine. I mean, there's different ways to go around coloring. And yeah, I also would suggest to work on one area at a time. Just here's the Dove blender pen. It's not so good because the ink blends better when it's still wet or not soaked into the paper. Does that make sense? That's why Bristol paper kind of works, I think, because it's coated. But yeah, you see, if you blend it out, it looks alright. I mean, it's just a card. I say that, but I might not send it out. And the other tip that I have for you is use it on watercolor paper, because especially hot pressed keeps the ink on top of the paper a little bit longer, and it really blended superbly, actually, like it would be with brush and liquid. And this is a bit of hot pressed paper, you can see, and when you go over it you can see the mark, but when you put the wet down and you go over it immediately with the darker, it kind of flowed into each other and it mixed really well. I don't know if you can see it. That's why I'm gonna try and print it on watercolor paper. And if you never hear from me again, my printer probably caught fire, exploded. Yeah, I'm so scared, but I will try. It's 140 150 pounds paper, so you know, actually Bristol is only between captions 100 pounds. So yeah, I will try. I mean, I think my printer can take it. You see how the difference it is in blending on the papers. And this face is the most tricky bit. I think that's because it's the biggest area. And well, here I didn't do any shading at all because I wanted it to be different from the rest of his body. And maybe I should have done his nose red. I just realized that I went for skin tone. But you can't have Rudolphs everywhere, can you? I thought that would be a bit more red as well. But and there's only one black, so no shading on the button. And it's also such a tiny area. I don't think people really, you know, scrutinize your card that well. And here's the same red I used for the hat and the kind of pinkish orange weird color. There are no names, so I don't know what color it is. And here I used some blue, but that was the lightest blue. So I tried, you know, how I'm gonna blend this out, and I used the gray. And I called it a day. I think it looks alright. I mean, especially from afar. Not if you go really close up. Yeah. Again, I don't care. I like coloring, and well, I might not send it out. And yeah, I'm doing this. I like them. I just think they have a bit of a curve, and you need to find the right paper they work on. So it's halfway thumbs up. And yeah, and when you do this, please stick it on the right side of your card, because I had to cut it out again and stick it on another card base. Now went upside down. And because I smudged the card base, I thought I better heat set it a little bit. But essentially that's it. I like them. I link them on my blog because the links to Amazon and AliExpress are so long, they take up the whole description box. And yeah, the Nouveau Shimmer pen reactivates the ink as well. That's a good test. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you again Sunday. Bye.